Hello everyone. You are watching Funny EHS Info. Today in this session we are going to know about the Apprentice Act 1961. To know about what is the Apprentice Act 1961, its structure, important provisions, difference between an apprenticeship and internship and few important compliance, watch this video till end. The Apprentice Act 1961. In India, the Apprentices Act 1961 was formed with the initiative to provide training to qualified workforce in various trades and promote new skilled manpower. The Act aims to serve as a connector between potential employees and the employer. Structure of the Apprentice Act 1961. There are 38 sections in generally schedule. This schedule is in regards to the adjustments in the Workmen's Compensation Act 1923 with reference to its application to students under the Apprentices Act 1961. Chapter 1 Preliminary, which includes 1. Short title, extent, commencement. 2. Definitions. Chapter 2 Apprentices and their training. 3. Qualifications for being engaged as an apprentice. 3. A reservation of training places for the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes in designated trades. 3b. Reservation of training places for other backward classes in designated trades. 4. Contract of apprenticeship. 5. Novation of contract of apprenticeship. 5 AM regulation of optional trade. 5b apprentice from other states. 6 period of apprenticeship training. 7 termination of apprenticeship contract. 8 number of apprentices for a designated trade and optional trade. 9 practical and basic training of apprentices. 10 related instruction of apprentices. 11 obligations of employers. 12 obligations of apprentices. 13 payment to apprentices. 14 health, safety and welfare of apprentices. 15 hours of work, overtime, leave and holidays. 16 employers' liability for compensation for injury. 17 conduct and discipline. 18 apprentices are trainees and not workers. 19 records and returns. 20 settlement of disputes. 21 holding of test and grant of certificate and conclusion of training. 22 offer and acceptance of employment. Chapter 3 Authorities. 23 Authorities. 24 Constitution of Councils. 25 Vacancies not to invalidate acts and proceedings. 26 Apprenticeship Advisors. 27 Deputy and Assistant Apprenticeship. 28 Apprenticeship Advisors to be public servants. 29 Powers of entry, inspection, etc. 30 Offences and penalties. 31 Penalty where not specific penalty is provided. 32 Offences by companies. 33 Cognizance of offences. 34 Delegation of powers. 35 Construction of references. 36 Protection of action taken in good faith. 37 Power to make rule. 38 Repealed. The objective of this Act is to provide practical training in various trades to qualified persons including engineers and diploma holders. To meet the increasing demand for skilled craftsmen. To utilize facilities available for training apprentices. To promote of new manpower skill. Application of Act. This Act applies to whole of India including Jammu and Kashmir. areas and industries as notified by the central government. Important definitions. Apprentice under the Act means a person who is undergoing apprenticeship training in pursuance of a contract of apprenticeship. Apprenticeship advisor, central apprenticeship advisor, when appointed by central government. Industry means any industry or business or in which any trade, occupation or subject field in engineering or technology or any vocational course may be specified as a designated trade. Some of the important elements in this Act are: apprenticeship training. Apprenticeship training means a course of training in any industry or establishment undergone in pursuance of a contract of apprenticeship and under prescribed terms and conditions which may be different for different categories of apprentices. Apprenticeship training is a course of training in an industry or establishment under a contract of apprenticeship which consists of A. Basic training component and B. On-the-job training, OJT, practical training at workplace. Eligibility to get registered as apprentices. A person shall not be less than 14 of age, and for designated trades related to hazardous industries, not less than 18 years of age. Must satisfy the standards of physical fitness. Must satisfy the standards of education. Contract of apprenticeship. The employer and apprentice must enter into a contract of apprenticeship. Such contract will have such terms and conditions as may be agreed to by the parties to the contract, but such terms and conditions shall not be inconsistent with any provision of this Act or rules. Conditions for novation of contract of apprenticeship. There exists an apprenticeship contract. The employer is unable to fulfill his obligation. The approval of the apprenticeship advisor is obtained. Agreement must be registered with the apprenticeship advisor. Termination of apprenticeship. On the expiry of the period of apprenticeship training. On the application by either of the parties to the contract to the apprenticeship advisor. Number of apprentices an employer can engage. Establishment shall engage apprentices in a band of 2.5% to 10% of the total strength of the establishment including contractual staff. Obligations for employers. To provide the apprentice with the training in his trade. To ensure that a person duly qualified is placed in charge of the training of the apprentice. To carry out contractual obligations. Payment of stipend to apprentices. As the apprentice is a trainee and not the worker, will be entitled for stipend and not the salary wages. The minimum rate of stipend per month payable to trade apprentices shall be follows, namely: during the first year of training 70% of minimum wage of semi-skilled workers. During the second year of training 80% of minimum wage of semi-skilled workers. During the third and fourth year of training 90% of minimum wage of semi-skilled workers. Above stipend shall be paid as per wages of semi-skilled workers notified by the respective state and union territory. The minimum rates of stipend payable to graduate, technician and technician, vocational apprentices shall be as follows. Graduates apprentices, Rs 49.84 per month. Sandwich course, students from degree institutions, and technician apprentices, Rs 35.42 per month. Sandwich course, students from diploma institutions, Rs 28.90 per month. Technician, vocational, apprentices, Rs 27.58 per month. Offences and punishment. Imprisonment of a term up to 6 months or with fine when employer, I. Engages as an apprentice a person who is not qualified for being so engaged, or 2. Fails to carry out the terms and conditions of a contract of apprenticeship, or 3. Contravenes the provisions of the Act relating to the number of apprentices which he is required to engage under those provisions. Difference between an apprenticeship and an internship. The Act doesn't expressly talk about internship, but the explanation given by the experts says that Apprenticeship Act does not include internship. So, differences between internships and apprenticeships include: length of time. Internships are usually short-term, 1 to 3 months. Apprenticeships are longer-term, 1 to 3 years. Structure. Internships aren't structured and often focus on entry-level general work experience. Apprenticeships include a structured training plan, with a focus on mastering specific skills an employer needs to fill an occupation within their organization. Mentorship. Internships do not always include mentorship. Apprentices receive individualized training with an experienced mentor who walks them through their entire process. Pay. Internships are often unpaid and may not lead to a full-time job. Apprenticeships are paid experiences that often lead to full-time employment. Credential. Internships typically do not lead to a credential. Apprenticeships lead to an industry-recognized credential. Few important compliance. Times submission of half-yearly report, which is maintained in the form Apprenticeship IA of Schedule 3 to Regional Director or State Apprentice Advisor by 15th April or 15th October, as the case may be. Times submission of half-yearly report regarding apprentice engagement in form Apprenticeship 2 of Schedule 3 to the Regional Director or the State Apprenticeship Advisor by 15th April or 15th October, as the case may be. Times submission of report on quarterly basis in form Apprenticeship 6 of Schedule 3, Record of Progress of Apprentice, to the Director of Regional Board of Apprenticeship Training. Times quarterly sending report of the work done and training undertaken by the apprentices engaged in his establishment, in form Apprenticeship 1 specified in Schedule 3 to the Director, Regional Board of Apprenticeship Training concerned.
This is all about today's topic. Thanks for watching Funny EHS Info. And don't forget to subscribe our channel to get immediate notification of our videos. Share our videos to your friends and colleagues to create safety awareness. If you have any questions and requirements, please comment in comment box. And please visit our website www.funnyehsinfo.com for notes of our videos. Have a safe day.